So as the male takeover continues, so listen, let me say this. As the male takeover continues, we are here on Morning Ends, and for the next few minutes, we're all in our reasoning around some questions that our viewers sent in. So let's take a look at the first question.
All right, the first question is, if there's one real lesson you could teach yourself at 16 years old, what would it be like you would teach your 16-year-old self?
Wow. 16-year-old self. Start early. Yeah, start early in the career. You know, as I interact with EJ, I'm saying, whoa, he's doing this at that age, you know?
Yeah.
Start early. Procrastination has been the thief of time for so many things, you know? So I would tell my 16-year-old self that, hey,
yeah,
start early.
Okay. My 16-year-old self needed to hear, it's not that serious.
No, oh, yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
I think I was a little bit overzealous, and I took everything too serious, and so I mean, things will work out.
Yeah.
Things will work out.
Yeah,
So yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2. I have an issue of letting go. I really can't forgive some things my mother did. It really weighs me down. As a 19-year-old youth, me can't find it in my heart to forgive her. Me just can't let her back in. What would you do if you had your trust and heart broken by your one and only mother?
You know, that's an unusual question. Why? Because I perhaps would have expected it to say my father.
Yeah,
because that's the stereotype.
Yes.
So to hear it now from the mother's perspective, to hear a mother being in the discussion around forgiveness for a child, that's pretty interesting. But let me race to scripture, honor your mother and father. They didn't say that because they are good or bad. It's just a condition. So I would say it's a tough place to be in where you don't want to forgive mother, but if you think about it, if you go back in the very beginning and think about her role, I don't know what the situation is, because I mean, she was there. Know. Yeah, because I mean, it could be that you were abandoned.
Right.
I'm not
I don't
sure.
know.
But forgiveness is an admirable virtue.
But it's not just a virtue for her. I think he needs to appreciate that the forgiveness is for him, because hear what he says. He says he can't let it go.
Yes,
so it's almost as if there's something that he's holding on to,
right.
and I cannot let it go. And I'm telling you, it is toxic.
Toxic.
And it will eat away at you. It will eat away at your relationships. It will eat away at your relationships with women, whatever kinds of relationships with women. It will influence so many other aspects of your life. And so for your own good, I think that you need to come to terms.
Forgive yourself.
You need to come to terms with whatever the issues are. For that, I mean, we like to use the term closure.
Yes.
But you need to close that chapter. And you won't have it if it's something I need to hold on to it. Me not let it go. And then there's a way sometimes, because we tend to think that it's my family, so I have to live good and we have to close.
Yes.
The truth is that, and not everybody in your family I agree with, but that doesn't mean that you gotta have them up in your heart.
Right.
And so there's a way of moving on that you need to navigate that involves forgiving and letting it go. Your relationship may never be what you wish it could be, but it needs to not be what it is.
Very, very important point, Dennis, because oftentimes we think that holding on to something hurts the person. Yeah. In fact, you're really hurting yourself.
Them say malice and it coming like, drink poison and I try to kill the other person.
That is true.
Yeah.
A very good analogy. Perfect analogy.
All right. Somebody says, I have a real issue with small talk. I find it hard to start a conversation with women, and you know them say first impressions last. How do or did you guys approach women in your younger days or even now?
Get off the phones. spend less time on the phones.
Yeah,
and on the
it's
tablets
on
and
the
screen
phone
time.
now. It's now on the phone that they might have the conversation.
But you see, when you're at the bus stop now, you know, you want to interact with her now. You can't text her. You have to talk to her. You have to look her in the eyes and interact. So you have to spend less time off the phones in those scenarios because you can't be at the bus stop where you take transportation to go home or go to school, and you know. So that's it. That is it.
What I would say is that feeling of not being good at small talk comes from, I think, a fear of social awkwardness. And in that awkward time of early engagement, everybody feels awkward. So what you need to do is, so there are certain internal anxieties that you feel that you not like all that feeling they feel in that initial stage. But what I'm saying is, you have to do it in order to push through the initial stage, and the anxiety will dissipate. So I would say, do more, engage more.
Yes.
Engage more.
Yes.
So, like, in terms of small talk, ask. People always say, you know, what's your favorite color? What do you like to eat? You know, some people say, I'm tired to ask what is your favorite color. But the truth is that, how do you get to know the person? Like, what school did you go to? You know, what do you like to do? You know, what do you like to do in your free time? Those are still things that you have to do, because you have to establish what kind of person do I like, and what kind of person am I interested in. So
and there are always springboards. When I say springboard, I mean there are always the situation that you're in, the opportunity to ask questions in
something that they're wearing sometimes.
Right
so the hair, you know, the makeup, something that, you know.
Start there.
Yeah, start somewhere. And they call it small talk because it's not that serious. That's why it's called small talk. Question number 4. As a youth with no passion for anything really, what skill you think would be the best for learn so I can kickstart my life and get something going? I'm tired of call center and I know there's more we can do.
It's interesting that you said, I'm tired of call center, because that's almost the go-to job for young persons now, since there are so many of them. But I have a difficulty believing that he has no passion for anything, because all of us love something, you know? Spend some time with yourself, finding out what you really like to do. It's perhaps easy to start in the reverse. What you don't like doing. I was talking to my young nephew. He's 18, and I was asked, trying to find out what he likes to do. And it was difficult. He said, no. I say, you like football? No. So he knows already. So
let's rule out.
You like cricket? No. Not as basketball, no. Not into sports. And so, okay, so we can rule that out. Usually that's probably the best way to get to
Sometimes I ask, what do you do that you feel comes naturally?
Yes.
Like, yo, you know, say, make it
well, I have to be careful because singing come naturally for me, but...
well, you're not good at it.
I was on the show and singing. Big up Sunriser Janice Monroe. Or is Monroe, it's M-R-R-O-E, Monroe, who is watching. And of course, Paulette Grant is sending birthday blessings to Jordan Plummer. All right. Jordan Plummer was a Paulette said, big up. She prays that God continues to preserve you and give you good health for your birthday.
Amen.
My brother's birthday is this Saturday, April 27th, and he's watching Aston. I remember,
Aston, big up yourself.
Fabulous time this weekend, God's willing, all right?
You know who I want to big up? I want to big up Izzy. I want to big up Izzy. I know that Yendi prepared her favorite breakfast this morning.
Yes.
I'm just praying that she goes in with clarity of mind, clarity of thought, and everything that you have studied, God will bring back to your remembrance in the right place at the right time. And to all the other PEP kids going out and doing PEP this morning, don't stress. Just believe that you've done what you need to do, and you're going to show up, and you're going to show out, and you're going to be excellent because you are awesome. So I'm speaking positivity this morning. So big up not just Izzy, but especially Izzy and all the others. We love you, and we're supporting you, and you're going into the exam with confidence.
I remember Izzy, I told you before, when that exam sees your face, it is scared. Not you.
All right.
And easy rhymes with easy.
Easy.
All right.
Big up to Lisette Bignall, to Divine Ray, and to Sharon Stewart. They've been active on our socials as well. Special birthday shout out to our fantastic sunriser, Lori B, praying that this year will be your best year yet. Of course, definitely.
All right, so big up all the birthdays. April, we've said it so many times this month. It's a big month.
Yeah, man,
for
a big month.
birthdays.
A big month for me. My mother was last weekend, and my son was the weekend before.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
My brother was last week. My brother was Saturday. My father no longer here was the 20th. Rosa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Definitely.
Month, yeah.
All right, that's all the time we have. You know we love our Sunrise community, and starting next week, we have something extra special for you as a Sunriser. You're not just a viewer, you're a family. We have a whole array of perks waiting just for you in the Sunrisers community. Daily and weekly special offers, prizes, and discounts from our partners, Sunrisers Birthday Club, special behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. So to kick it off, we are giving 2 lucky Sunrisers $25,000 each week starting next week. So make sure you are watching Sunrise every day for a chance to win. So join us in the Sunrisers community, and let's make every sunrise unforgettable together.
Tell everybody, right? And listen, if you have a group of friends, you win the first 25, they win the next 25.
Yeah.
In 400, that's 100,000.
Yeah.
All right, so they can, hey, listen.
Sunrise partner.
So nice, brother. Listen, tune into Lead Story today at 6:30 p.m. Corner Office comes on at 8 p.m. This is the day to stick and stay at CVM, on CVM, every day. That's all we have time for, but listen, every time, every day, I remind you that God without man is still God. But man without God is nothing, is zero. All right? So remember to rewatch your favorite segments. You got you all covered, CVMTV.com. And for all the fun stuff in between, we're on Instagram at SunriseCVM and at CVM_television.
The Roundtable Squad takes over after this. Stay with us.